Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this high school football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
We're at the Vet, a big Moore League showdown between Long Beach Poly and Millikan. Mike, we're really looking forward to this game. There's legit star power on the field. Millikan sophomores Ryan Pelham and Miles Jackson, a formidable young duo for the Rams.
Whether they're formidable or formidable, absolutely a pair of studs in the sophomore class. Poly junior Dalen Austin, a big recruit in his own right. But the key tonight is in the running game with junior back Devin Samples. Coming to this game a little banged up, Stephen Barbie and his Jackrabbits looking to get their team on track after a tough preseason.
Millikan, meanwhile, trying to be the first Moore League team to beat Poly since they did it back in 2009. And Millikan got the party started with some jello shots on that opening drive. Angelo Miranda getting his nice night started with a couple of grabs over the middle. He's got to make sure the flow is correct, and he's just a good football player out there, Mike. But on 4th and 2 on that drive, inside the Poly 40, Ajay Gravelli is absolutely stuffed at the line. The Rams moved it well, but Poly got the stop they wanted.
Going the other direction, the Jackrabbits offense asks, do we have a running game?
Boy, do we.
Devin Samples a huge gain on his first carry, and that really set the tone for the rest of the night. Samples again right up the middle into the Millikan red zone. That Jackrabbits offensive line blocking violently, and then it's going to be quarterback Shea Kuykendall. Briefly fools Tyler, but he pulls the TD vulture and takes the fantasy points away from Samples.
I got him when he went to the end zone, okay? He didn't fool me the whole time. Next drive, it's Darius Curry in the passing game hitting Tyson Bordeaux, and then Jason Robinson over the middle, as we saw kind of both facets of the Poly offense there on those first two drives. And again, it would be a Poly quarterback running one in. Curry going to buy time well. Bounces it to the outside, gets inside the pylon. It's 14-0 Jackrabbits at the end of the first. The only person that can bring down Darius Curry, his teammates.
Well, they're a hard-hitting defense over there. Millikan's still battling. Jackson is going to hit the Arizona commit to Cario Davis for a nice gain. And then the break the Rams needed on this punt, Poly called for a pretty obvious running into the punter. That's going to extend the drive. That's something Poly did a fair amount in this game.
Yeah, and then Jackson going to keep it himself. This is the best run of the night for Millikan. Miles isn't a burner, but he does move pretty well and can use his legs when needed. This drive also aided by a couple of pass interference penalties by Poly. Penalty flags, a recurring motif in this highlight. I hate to say it, Mike. Brody Wojcik going to cap off this drive with this Woj bomb into the end zone. He's fired up that Russ is on the Lakers as Brody is going crazy on that one. Millikan on the board here. It's 14-7.
So they made it a one-score game. They're applying some pressure. Millikan, the momentum on their side at that point. Poly taking a shot towards the end zone, but Jaden Hunt high points it for the interception. He's on the hunt, and he caught it.
Yeah, and Millikan's feeling good, man. Like, they're in this football game. They're competing. Unfortunately, this fumble is going to fall right to Wendell Moe on the recovery. And here comes the big man, very fired up about getting the pigskin. Then he goes right to the offensive line, where he will be a road grader. It's Mr. Plow, Mike.
Well, he helps paves the way for Samples, who finally gets this touchdown. Third different player to score for the Jackrabbits as they go up 21-7. And you mentioned it, really impressive game from Moe, playing both ways and really dominating on both sides of the ball.
Rams trying to score before the half. Big play on 4th and 2. Jackson rolls out and drops this dime to Miranda to move the sticks. He's such a reliable target. And Millikan thought they had a touchdown on this play as Jackson looks for Jay Drummer by the pylon. It's ruled incomplete. We got the benefit of replay, and it confirms he lost it on the way down. You can see he's reaching for it when he's on the ground. That's a good call, incomplete pass.
You just dribbled it a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Rams still taking shots at the end zone. Jackrabbits called for PI 3 times in the red zone on this drive alone. Gives you a sense of what the evening was like. Obviously, not necessarily the most controversial call. It's pretty obvious. Jackrabbits defense looking for a goal line stand. Jeremiah Fort is going to bat this one down. And then on 4th and goal, Jackson on the keeper. But Fort, and there's Moe that we mentioned, a huge stop on 4th and goal. And you can see how fired up Big 75 was for that one.
Well, yeah, a lot of good things for Millikan in that first half, and they were so close to making it a one-score game, but they come a yard short. And gotta shout out the student section. The Rowdy Rabbits showed up tonight. Millikan and Poly students both doing a great job creating an atmosphere at these games. We love to see it. Poly got the ball first after halftime and went on a composed, methodical drive as Kuykendall hits Bordeaux right there. And then Samples again going to finish it off with his second touchdown run. And you thought at this point the game might be over, right? Poly's up 28-7. The team's feeling confident. The crowd's feeling confident. Everything's going their way right now.
The game has ended in this kind of a way for a lot of these Moore League games over the last 13 years, but Millikan did not go away. Look at this beautiful throwback inside screen to Ryan Pelham, and the sophomore, he's got room to run 70 yards of it, Tyler.
Soldier boy Pelham, watch me do it. You said it, Mike. Lightning in a bottle. As anytime that kid has it in space, it could be 6. It was right there as Millikan pulls back within 14. Jackrabbits looking for the counterpunch. Curry going to hit a wide open Jason Robinson. That might have been an NFL touchdown, but he goes down and has to settle for a big gain. But credit the Millikan defense. Jaden says, I'm on the hunt. I'm after you with this great tackle on Curry. Then on 4th and short, Poly is stuffed at the line, and Tacario's going to come in and let you know, we're going the other way. That's a turnover on downs. It's Millikan ball.
Yes, he could moonlight as a referee. He was absolutely correct. Millikan trying to take advantage of the opportunity. Miles Jackson a dime to Pelham to bring him inside the Poly red zone.
Yeah, those two just got a great chemistry. That was a beautiful ball, but it's spooky season, Mike. There could always be a monster right behind you. Jalen Johnson forces the fumble. Noodles hops on it for that to-go chow mein, and Poly gets a big turnover inside their own red zone to stop Millikan.
Again, the Millikan defense is game. Ryan Chester with the sack to force the 3-and-out. That Poly offense kind of floundering in the third quarter here with Devin Samples on the sideline. Millikan still looking to make it a one-score game. Jackson is going to hit Miranda as we close out the third quarter.
Then into the fourth, on 4th down, Jackson buying time very well, but he can't find anyone to throw to. Another missed opportunity in the red zone for that Millikan offense as they're trying to claw their way back into it and get a little bit closer. The Rabbits looking to put the game away, but Tacario Davis with other plans. We mentioned he's headed to Arizona, and here's why. He is an electric corner. You know, the rule is if you pick it, you got to 6 it, but he's wearing 5, so he kind of 5s it, right? Getting back inside the 10.
He almost 6'd it.
Right.
Millikan could have let this game get away from them, but they kept battling. You really have to respect that, especially if you've been covering Poly in the Moore League over these last 13 years. This was an impressive performance from Millikan. They take advantage of the short field as Jackson finds Miranda and that lettuce for the score. 7 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown for Miranda, and it is now a 7-point game.
Crazy, unbelievable. Millikan knew they were in this game, playing with some intent. Davis with the physical tackle on Robinson right there. But when Poly needed a lift, they had a friend in D. Samples breaks off a huge touchdown run. I get absolutely pulverized by Donovan Poe. Didn't knock me over, though, Mike. That was a 50-yard touchdown as Poly gets its 14-point lead back with just under 5 minutes to play.
Jackrabbits get the ball back again, and they go right back to Samples for another nice gain. Again, I can't say enough about how impressed we were with this junior playing injured, coming back into the game after having come out with an injury. And of course, it's him to cap the drive. His 4th touchdown, he had 284 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. A monster night for the junior as he puts Poly up 42-21 with 2 minutes left.
In the final minute, Jackson rolling out and finds Pelham in the corner of the end zone. A great diving catch. That's the 3rd touchdown pass for Jackson. Pelham, 6 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So a great night for him, but Poly finally able to ice the win 42-28. Tons of penalties for the Jackrabbits, not a clean win. A great effort for Millikan as both teams have big rivalry games coming up. Poly hosts Wilson, Millikan hosting Lakewood.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center. A lot more football still to come for these two teams, including hopefully some playoff runs we're hoping to cover, so keep it right here at the 562.